let's start with this, Mike. What sense do you get of the Patriots' level of confidence in re-signing Tom Brady now that we know there is one less suitor for Brady out there?
Well, Laura, a potential franchise-altering day here with the Patriots, a potential franchise-altering day, repeating that for effect. To think that at noontime, Tom Brady's agents can now speak with other teams to see what type of market is out there for him elevates the possibility that he could be playing elsewhere in 2020. Now, from a Patriots perspective, with Bill Belichick leading this negotiation, this is actually information that he would like to know. He wants to know who is he competing against and at what level. We know Tennessee is out. We expect Tampa Bay to be in based on what Bruce Arians has said in the past. They want to see what's behind door number 2 in Tampa. And he said if Tom Brady is calling, that's the type of quarterback you would pick up the phone for. But who else? And for the Patriots, you look at it, when you're a free agent, you want to get the best deal from Bill Belichick in the history of his time here as coach. You go out to market, you see what's out there, and you bring it back to him. What we don't know, Laura, is that the case here with Tom Brady, or is both sides thinking maybe a fresh start would be best?
All right, Mike Reiss with the latest there. Of course, you'll be keeping everybody updated all day long as this continues to develop and all week long, and you'll be on ESPN for that. Thanks for joining us. We also have Dan Orlovsky here with us and Dan Graziano, but let's bring in Orlovsky now with Graziano. Dan Orlovsky, we'll start with you first. You heard what Mike Reiss just said there with Tannehill being now signed. Do you think that we're in a world where Brady is more likely to go back to the Patriots? What are your thoughts?
No, I don't see Tannehill staying with the Titans having any impact on Tom Brady leaving New England, because it was always about New England. I'll take everyone back to in January when I said, what are the Patriots going to do by the middle of March to prove to Tom Brady that they weren't going to put him in the same position that they did in 2019? And they haven't done anything specifically on their offense to prove that to Tom Brady. The same people that were there, the same struggles that he experienced with those players last year, they're still going to be there. And so this doesn't have any bearing on the Patriots looking more enticing to Tom Brady. There's still going to be at least 4 or 5 teams out there that if you're as a quarterback looking at them going, there's a lot more for me to work with and succeed with on those teams than New England. If you look at the chart and the Bucks, both those teams are much more appealing to Tom Brady. The Chargers have young stars on their offense. The addition of Trey Turner is a big deal. They traded for Trey Turner from Carolina as a lineman. That's a big deal to secure their offensive front, and everybody knows the talent that Tampa Bay has on their offense.
All right, Dan Graziano, let's go back to you, because it was really Diana Rossini when she was in our studio one day last week that started giving us the impression that maybe the market out there for Brady isn't quite as robust as we had expected it to be. So what sense do we have as of this moment of the sheer number of teams that you think Tom Brady will be able to choose between?
Well, I believe there are other teams in the mix. Greeny, I think, what Dan is saying about the Chargers, I don't think can be ruled out. We know the Buccaneers are going to take a big swing here and try and convince him. And, yesterday we're hearing that maybe there might be some other teams in the mix in addition to those two, plus the Patriots, obviously still a possibility. So I think we'll get some clarity on the Brady situation here. If not this afternoon, then shortly thereafter. But as of now, look, the number of teams that he could go to has been reduced. Tennessee was one of them and no longer is. San Francisco, it sounds like, probably isn't going to go that direction. So there are a couple of teams that we thought might be in it that aren't, so that does reduce the number of possible destinations. But I still don't think it's just down to 1 or 2.
You did make me think of something that I'm sure a lot of fans are wondering, and that is, as of noon today, what exactly can happen? We know Brady himself remains under contract to the Patriots until 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. So he, in theory, cannot be talking to anyone, but his agents can. Could we hear tell of some sort of a deal as quickly as this afternoon?
We have in the past few years, since they started this quote-unquote legal tampering window 2 days ahead of the league year, we have seen details of deals being agreed to trickle out. They're not supposed to happen, but they definitely do. And we will at some point today be hearing about agreements between teams and players. Will Tom Brady be one of them? Entirely possible, but we can't say for sure. But yeah, definitely there's a chance. You will definitely be hearing about contracts being agreed to between teams and players at some point this afternoon and this evening.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.